Twitter is a huge, source of information, and according to a trusty source, or a source that you can trust, on Twitter around information on the stock market, according to Unusual Whales, AMC is to set aside $100 million to invest in other companies per Bloomberg. This is tweeted as of today, June 16, 12:26 p.m. I don't know exactly if it's Eastern or Central Time. Nevertheless, this might be or will be, it's not even might, it's a certitude that this will be a big deal. Here is the whole thing. Here's the vision. Let me kind of picture it for you guys, all right? We know so far that the numbers around Top Gun Maverick, the numbers around, the latest movies so far in 2022 have been way better, so much good that we are already at revenues a little bit higher than revenues that we had pre-pandemic in 2019. All right, so that's number one. That puts the company in a position to be much better as a balance sheet cleansing, if you will. Like a good company having a good balance sheet means it has less debt, it's in a position to pay the debt aggressively, and it has a lot of cash in hand, which is the case for AMC, because they have $1.6 billion right now sitting in cash. And we already know that as of today, I think around maybe 200 millions have been invested into other theaters chain and into that gold and mining company. $100 million investing in other companies is a good thing. Why? Because right now the market is in sale. I don't care if they invest in Tesla. I don't care if they invest in Apple. In the next 12 months, according to historical data, the numbers on their investment will yield a significant return. That will put the company in a position on top of the other source of revenues they already have created for themselves, plus these investments, plus the cash in the balance sheet continue to improve as we go from earnings to earnings. It put the company in a position to start either doing these two things. And these are the two things that ultimately, for me, once we reach these milestones, short squeeze or no, this will start rocketing. The first thing is they will be in a position to crush totally the debt, putting it to a minimal or even crushing it totally. That will send a huge signal to the market to buy AMC. The second thing is, if they do that, or if they don't do that, they can also decide to start paying a dividend. Even if that dividend is just $0.01, like a cent per share owned, real share owned by retail investors, by shareholders, this again will have a forced recall onto the real shares, forcing the short sellers to cover the entire positions. And then finally, a bonus that I am just thinking about right now and that I'm thinking out loud. The next thing will be that, well, if they don't do both of these options, they can do what we call a repurchase program, a buyback stock program. This is a program where companies are buying back their own stock because they do believe in the future of their companies. That is also a way of returning capital, returning money to the shareholders, because that money can actually give them the opportunity to have a huge buying pressure that can actually, now that I'm thinking about that out loud, it does make a lot of sense, folks. So yeah, you get the folks, you get the sense, you get the picture, right? This is definitely bullish, because today it might be 100, next month might be 150. Down the road, down the quarter, or at the end of the year, it might be a total of $500 million investing in other companies. And given where the market stands right now, it's gonna be very, very juicy when we get in the other side of the bull market. So yeah, another reason for us to continue to hold, maybe a little bit longer, but we just never know with this stock, man. We just never know.